This is the first town we've come to with a large Muslim population. And look at the scenes. Look at the scenes.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Let's go back. We are against
throwing rocks and bricks in an area with children and strollers.
Come on, man! Back off!
Take these kids. Is there a police escort waiting? Is there a police escort waiting for that car? Get the kids out of there and take them on the escort. Has anyone else got kids here?
All right, mate. All right.
Those children will be sold on the market later once Islam takes over. I'm your host, Alex Jones. And in this hour, I'm going to be talking about the clash of civilizations, how Western leftist technocrats have broken down the Middle East, then radicalized and promoted the radicalization of the very worst Islamic groups, funded the Arab Spring to bring down all the countries bordering Europe, launching a giant official UN invasion of military-age men who were then put on welfare, kept segregated into political and cultural bombs that can be activated, that can be detonated to terrorize the society under globalist control. Then if you don't submit to Sharia law and anger the Muslims, you yourself then end up getting censored or thrown in jail. We have incredibly dramatic footage that's going to take this segment and the next to get to. Then I'll open the phones up of Tommy Robinson, who's running for European Union Member of Parliament, which the UK is still in the EU. Nigel Farage's Brexit campaign is set to win big and get more seats than anybody. So nationalism, populism is exploding. And the article's up on Infowars.com. Tommy Robinson breaks it all down. But if you're a radio listener, it's important. But if you're a TV viewer, it's insane. And we're going to air the report from the start in this segment and the next. We're going to air the full report where Tommy is out there and there are children in strollers with bricks being thrown at them. And the police stand down and the police go along with it because the left and Antifa and all of this is joining with radical Islam as their muscle on the street. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy called me yesterday. He asked me to air this important report, and we're going to air it. It's up on Infowars.com. Muslim group chunks bricks at Tommy Robinson supporters at campaign event. That is one of the articles about it. I'm going to give everybody here from Tommy the actual headline, because there's a lot of videos in there. And here it is, Islamic attack, what really happened yesterday in Oldham. And they've already, document cam shot, please, for TV viewers, they've already age restricted it. And there's major calls to remove his YouTube, the last place he has to communicate with people on his own platform. Then, of course, they know that others will end up posting his stuff. So then you'll get an Alex Jones level ban where they say you will not promote this person unless it's negative. That is the 1984 level. That'll take several segments to get to all of this, but it is a maximum alert. I'm going to have this article and video reposted at the top of Infowars.com and Newswars.com, plus my Friday interview with Tommy under it to Infowars.com and Newswars.com and PrisonPlanet.com right now. Now, remember, Infowars URL gets censored a lot of places. Newswars isn't as bad yet. So newswars.com, I'll put right back to the top. Email it, text it, share it so people can see what the left and others are battling you not to see. Radical Islam, Facebook allowed a week of promotion. They picked this town for Muslims to come from all over England to attack Tommy Robinson. So that's what's happening. So only you can get this video out. And we're going to stream it here. Oh, yeah, age appropriate. Got all the violence on TV. You know, they don't care if a kid watches Game of Thrones, but they don't want you to see Muslim men attacking men, women, and children, and the police arrogantly standing down and showing no humanity towards Tommy, because they're the political police. They're the criminals. They're to suppress. They're to support the rape gangs. They're to support the sexualization. They're to support all of this, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and start the report. Here it is.
Has anyone else got kids here? Get in the door.
Before I've entered any city on my election campaign, the local Labour MPs, supported by the establishment's media, run hit pieces and smear pieces against me, labelling me, talking about not wanting hate or division or racism. With zero evidence against those accusations, zero evidence at all, they whip up people ready to attack me. On Saturday, I visited a working class estate in Oldham. Just like for the last 3 weeks, I've travelled the northwest visiting different working class estates. Each one of my events have been peaceful, family events where people have brought their children, so an opportunity for me to speak to my future constituents. The difference for Oldham was for the past week, a Muslim organisation on Facebook has literally been inciting attacks against me and organising and planning attacks against me in Oldham, telling people to come and throw milkshakes at me. But not just milkshakes, anything they want. So before getting to my political rally, I decided to take a walk through Oldham town centre. I had some interesting debates with members of the public.
I'm from Afghanistan and I appreciate what you do for your people. And I like what you do for your people.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah?
Thank you.
I know, some people are doing in this country. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah, fair
you know
play.
what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
We come to this country, we should respect their law, we should respect their traditions, and we should respect their culture.
Thank you, bro.
Innit?
Fair play. Hey, respect, man. Respect. Respect, bro.
Good man.
Respect, bro. Little did I know that loads of masked thugs were on their way to attack my family-friendly event. The biggest shock from what happened on Saturday, what you're going to witness, is that hundreds of Muslims wearing balaclavas, intent on violence, were marched and escorted for miles by Greater Manchester Police. They were marched to our campaign event. Our campaign event, miles away from any Muslim community. They were marched there intent on violence, and they come armed with bricks, and they attacked a family event with women and children present.
Time to show Tommy what time it is, guys.
You guys, make sure you go and show some support to the locals, yeah? Go and join the Muslim Defence League page if you're on YouTube.
I'm in Oldham today, guys. Remember this next time, Halifax. Next time, come out like these brothers have in Oldham, yeah? Yeah, we've got about 300 people with us, bro. Let's go to the front line with my boys. The Halifax Pakistanis repping in Oldham.
And they've come from Halifax. Halifax Pakistanis. Halifax isn't even in the northwest. This is premeditated. Gangs of young men, young Muslim men, armed and wearing balaclavas, intent on attacking a political campaign. Not just intent on attacking it, but aided and abetted and supported and directed there by the local police.
We're here, man. We're here. Where are you? Boys, we're not here in 10 minutes. Run back into the area quickly.
No, just sit here, man.
Yeah, where are they all, man?
No one disses our religion. Tommy, you piece of we're here. Come on. You crying on Twitter and everything, you little bitch.
All right, hit pause. This is their own video. Yeah, Tommy's a little bitch. He exposed giant child kidnapping grooming rings all over the country. Now there have literally been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of arrests, dozens and dozens and dozens of trials, all of it confirmed. And he's gone out and been attacked hundreds of times himself and fought back. Yeah, he's a little bitch, cornered in his own country with radical jihadis brought in who don't like him and want to make him submit to you. And then you're pissed he won't submit to you. There's a few men left. It's just incredible. And again, all these Muslim countries fight with each other. They're always trying to conquer each other. It's the dark ages. It's out of control, and we have to stop denying it. But I intend, after I finish this report, to open the phones up for Muslims to call in and decry this type of behavior, or are you going to defend it? Ilhan Omar says she hates America. Well, then why the hell did she come here? Why the hell, you know, to all the Somalis that say they hate America so much, go back to Somalia, go back to your wonderland, go back to your heaven. Stop trying to come here and make me cut my daughter's genitals off. I'm not gonna do it without a fight. It'll never happen. So Muslim men from all over England traveled to a town after Facebook promoted violence against Tommy Robinson and allowed it for a week to physically attack men, women, and children to stop him from being able to speak. Then there was a total media blackout except for saying, oh, Tommy got in a fight with some Muslims. You know that Tommy. Well, here's footage shot by the Islamists themselves of their premeditated, vicious, 10-to-1 cowardly attack. Here it is.
On Twitter and everything, you little bitch.
Yo, chill out, man. Bro.
Here we are in Oldham, and there's a gang of young Muslims trying to fight their way past police lines to come and attack us or silence Tommy. They say the police are obviously quite worried. I think they're going to be getting the tear gas out shortly. Because they've been stopped.
And here come the rocks. Middle East for the Muslims. Africa for the Africans. Asia for the Asians. Latin America for the Latin Americans. But nowhere for the evil Christians.
Right, everyone who's got kids, get your kids inside the house. Someone open a house for the kids. Get your kid. If they come through there, I'll tell you what you want to do. If you want to get anyone out there, get that girl and the kids and take the kids out of here.
And the police
Take the kids out of here.
finally buckle.
Come on, man. Back off.
Take these kids. Is there a police escort waiting? Is there a police escort waiting for that car? Get the kids out of there and take them on the escort. Has anyone else got kids here?
All right, mate. All right. Come here, mate.
Those children will be sold on the market later once Islam takes over.
He'll take you where
They'll fetch a good price like they did when they captured Istanbul.
Right. Officer.
Tommy, there's more at the end of the street.
Where's the police escort?
There's more at the end of the street.
They're waiting for you there. Go on.
Make sure your windows are down now.
Do your window up, and then cover their faces in case bricks come through it.
Yeah.
Cover their faces. Cover their faces. Bricks and bottles.
Yeah, so they're asking, can we ask you just to come out of the way for the time being, like, can we calm it down?
I know
it's not you personally, but obviously...
Look at that cop.
Hold on, so you've got officers under attack by who?
They're there to open the gates and bring the country down.
I have no idea who it is.
We're not getting up close enough.
Counter protest, that's all we know.
Cops are telling him he's bad, he has to go.
When asking the police officer to identify who it is that's attacking their police officers, he says counter-protesters. Do these people look like ordinary counter-protesters, wearing balaclavas? His political correctness can't even bring him to admit it's gangs of Muslim youths that are attacking the police.
So they're shutting down our... They're shutting down our election campaign.
Think of that mind control. The media, hit pause. Back it up 10 seconds, 20 seconds, please. The media is so controlled, they won't even say Muslim gangs. And you read the news, it's like Tommy did something. Can't even have an event for his supporters without people descending and Facebook organizing it. And it came out in the news today that mainstream media in major studies all over the world works with Antifa. And that a lot of media people dress as Antifa. Of course, they believe they're the ruling class and they're allied with out-of-control Islam. Here it is.
Who it is that's attacking their police officers? He says counter-protesters. Do these people look like ordinary counter-protesters, wearing balaclavas? His political correctness can't even bring him to admit it's gangs of Muslim youths that are attacking the police.
So they're shutting down our. So they're shutting down. They're shutting down our election campaign.
Do the job right, we'll be fine. We're all right.
Welcome to Oldham. This is what happens when you try and have a political opinion where you dare to talk about the problems. This is what meets you. But we chose specifically not to go near an area where this could happen. That's why we come here. We come here for the safety of our own supporters. My main concern here is that our supporters have come out for a political rally and lots of them are getting hurt. This is the first town we've come to with a large Muslim population, and look at the scenes. Look at the scenes.
Throwing rocks and bricks in an area with children and strollers. Can you imagine if any Tommy people did that? It'd be all the news. White supremacists attack innocent Muslims with bricks. Again, for radio listeners, this video is being censored off the web. We're live streaming it. It'll be archived at Infowars.com. Share it. And the cops are telling him it's your fault, Tommy, for running for parliament. It's your fault for being born in England. It's your fault because you don't roll over and die like we do, because you're not a traitor. All those SJW cops, just look at them.
Well, there we go, peaceful Muslims. Peaceful Muslims.
Looks just like the West Bank, doesn't it?
All on camera.
That's right. That land was stolen from the Muslims, Northern England.
Muslim organisations have been inciting violence day in, day out for today. It's been encouraged, it's been allowed by social media. The police have made 0 arrests. They've been organising themselves and they've been walked down to destroy and ruin our campaign rally. I want to say, every one of you that have turned up, thank you. You've shown bravery and courage in being here. We've got children having bricks and bottles thrown at them by gangs of Muslim youth. All we're trying to do is hold an election campaign rally. We have specifically chosen not to go into the city centre. We specifically chose not to go near any Muslim estates in order for there to be no trouble. And still, they've come to these estates. They've come out of their areas and come to attack our campaign rally in a non-Muslim area. And still, watch the media try and spin this completely.
We're telling the police to go and do their job. We're telling the police that family's under attack.
As I predicted, the media would spin everything. Let's have a look at the Daily Mirror article. The Daily Mirror article is a picture of 7 Muslim men.
Stop right there. We're going to come right back and continue with this. This is the radical Islamic invasion, UN globalist run. But what is the end game? The media doesn't want you to see this. We're showing it now, live, unfiltered, at Infowars.com/show, and Newswars.com. At the very top says, censored video of Muslims attacking people in England. Get that video out. Newswars.com, Newswars.com, Newswars.com. You can overpower the censors. You can overpower big tech. You can overpower the globalists that have deindustrialized much of the West, that have broken down our borders, that have gone in and funded openly putting the most radical Islamic leaders in to the Middle East and North Africa and Central Asia to sabotage those areas. We've overthrown moderate Muslims and good Muslims. And now they bring in entitled people at the universities. They bring in foreigners and they teach them England sucks, America sucks, Canada sucks, Germany sucks. And a lot of the people of Europe capitulate. They become Stockholm Syndrome. They agree that Europe sucks. They say that they're bad. They say that being white is inherently evil. They apologize to everyone. But others stand up and say, no, what you're doing to me is wrong. Well, Facebook then has giant mobs of Muslims who are the real backup. They're the Antifa 2.0 to come and physically attack you. And the police tell you to leave. It's your fault running for office that these people want to kill you. They are good. You are bad. Roll over England. Die England. Die England. Die England. Here it is.
have made 0 arrests. They've been organising themselves and they've been walked down to destroy and ruin our campaign rally. I want to say, every one of you that have turned up, thank you. You've shown bravery and courage in being here. We've got children having bricks and bottles thrown at them by gangs of Muslim youth. All we're trying to do is hold an election campaign rally. We have specifically chosen not to go into the city centre. We specifically chose not to go near any Muslim estates in order for there to be no trouble. And still, they've come to these estates. They've come out of their areas and come to attack our campaign rally in a non-Muslim area. And still, watch the media try and spin this completely.
Telling the police to go and do their job, is telling the police that family's under attack.
As I predicted, the media would spin everything. Let's have a look at the Daily Mirror article. The Daily Mirror article has a picture of 7 Muslim men attacking a lone white individual in a race-hate attack. But they say people fighting. People fighting. Let's have a look at the video of actually what was happening there. This is a local resident being targeted by gangs like a pack of animals, violently beating him just because he was attending a political rally in his own estate. Men from out of town have come to attack him. And look how the media report on it. And the Manchester Evening News. Objects thrown and police vehicles smashed as violence erupts at Tommy Robinson demonstration. That's not what happened. We were holding a political rally with families. We were violently attacked. Let's have a look now. It says police vehicles smashed. Why are they not reporting who smashed the vehicles? Let's have a watch of the video so you can see who smashed those vehicles up.
Get him! Come on! See, this is what happens, you with us. You guys. Bro, look at them bombs going off, man. Right, start. Yo. Come on, man. Whoa.
So again, this footage from their own cameras, the Islamicist cameras, the general public, of them attacking, and the media won't say it. All over the country, all over the world, cover it up. Don't let people know there's an invasion taking place.
Come on!
Tommy has his bank accounts taken away. Tommy has his websites taken away. Tommy gets kicked off Facebook, Twitter.
Look at the BBC headline.
They put him in prison.
All of these headlines, none of them tell you the truth of what happened. None of them name who the aggressors were. All of them paint a picture that I went into a town and started smashing up with my supporters. The complete opposite of the reality that happened. Why are they lying to you? And just so we get a full house, let's have a look at the Daily Mail's reporting on this. All of the mainstream media have lied to the public about what happened.
Lastly, let's look at the Independent newspaper, who are absolute trash. Tommy Robinson, police vehicles damaged during clashes at campaign event in Oldham. But wait for it, they actually joke in the line below and say that no milkshakes believed to have been thrown during the disturbances. Not only do they write the headline to push fake news that somehow I have caused damage to police cars, but they then make a joke about a previous assault, whilst ignoring the fact that violent masked Muslim gangs have travelled miles to attack innocent women and children.
We all talk about our rights and our freedoms. We all see our freedoms disappearing before us. The ability to have a campaign in 10 years' time, or 5 years' time, in fact today, the ability to have a safe and free democratic political campaign in Oldham is gone. It's gone already.
Look what they've just thrown. There's women and children. Look, there's women here.
Families come under violent hostile attack by gangs of Muslims armed wearing balaclavas, supported by the police. That's the reality. That's what the headline should have said. Innocent bystanders, innocent members of the public going to a political rally. Their right and my right were violently attacked. But not one of the mainstream media have told you that. How many of these videos that you're seeing now in this, how many of them have you seen? How many of them have the news reported? Could you imagine and reverse the roles? Imagine a Muslim politician talking to the Muslim community and hundreds of young English men wearing balaclavas.
All right, folks, we're going to go to break. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish up with this, but it's on newswars.com. It's censored on YouTube. They've got it age restricted. Everybody else should download it, re-upload it. We've got it saved to infowars.com. We've got it on the live stream coming up. And there's so much more to this, but you're not supposed to see this. You're supposed to only buy the corporate lies when they send the Antifa and the Islamicists to attack you, then it's your fault. That's why they want everybody off the air, so they can lie with impunity, like the Covington kids and like Jussie Smollett and like all the other staged events. And they're coming for everybody now. We're going to go to break. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to finish up this clip, and then I'm going to get to a bunch of other news that I haven't gotten to yet. But first, ladies and gentlemen, we are only here because you support us, and I thank you, and I appreciate you, and I salute you. But you have to understand, we are the biggest, most effective platform for when they shut everybody else down, which is now happening. We have a place to still punch it out. That's why Tommy called me yesterday. It's why he sent me the information. It's why when he's done campaigning tonight, I'm going to interview him again for a taped interview. We'll probably go live. That's why we need these independent systems. It's why we have to build our own organizations. That's why that's so precious that we have these ragtag systems, because when the truth comes out, even if we're much smaller than all the corporate media together, all of that information still doesn't mean anything because it's lies when people see the truth. It's David versus Goliath. So I want to encourage everybody to go to InfoWarsStore.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and stand with us and free speech worldwide, and stand with the ability to have some true independent media that's under siege because it's effective and because we get news out when no one else is able to do it, thanks to your support. Again, ladies and gentlemen, InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. We have a big special that has to end today, and that's the bottle of X3 for free. It's amazing. With a bottle of X2, 25% off. That special has to end. Learn about iodine deficiency, why it's so important, and why these are the best iodines out there. Ultra 12, now twice as strong as Secret 12. Highest quality B12, 50% off. That special is going to go for another week. But the last day, and it is the last day of X3, free bottle of X3, InfoWarsStore.com. A lot of other specials. Be sure and check it out. You know, the left always claims they're so radical, they're so cool, they're so rebellious. The most conforming thing in the world is the left now. And they're the most oppressive group out there trying to make everybody think the way they want. Oh, they'll sit there and say Alabama is trying to tell women how to live their lives. They don't criticize Islam for being against abortion. One of the good things Islam does. My issue is Islam is tribal, it's aggressive, and it's being protected and welded into the left to be used as a weapon against what's left of Western culture. We're told abandon our culture. We're told don't have a God, but then we're told comport to somebody else's worldview. Here's the conclusion of Tommy Robinson being physically attacked trying to have a rally in England this weekend, and then we'll come back with all the news.
Families come under violent hostile attack by gangs of Muslims armed wearing balaclavas, supported by the police. That's the reality. That's what the headline should have said. Innocent bystanders, innocent members of the public going to a political rally. Their right and my right were violently attacked. But not one of the mainstream media have told you that. How many of these videos that you're seeing now in this, how many of them have you seen? How many of them have the news reported? Could you imagine and reverse the roles? Imagine a Muslim politician talking to the Muslim community and hundreds of young English men wearing balaclavas were escorted there by the police to throw rocks, missiles, to throw scissors and attack them when they're children there. Imagine that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call Pakistani men from my community. This is Ramadan. This is what you call peaceful Islam. I want to address the Pakistani men from my community. Shame on you! We have the right to have a political rally. The Pakistani men have no right to come here and attack young kids in the crowd by throwing bricks and balls. Shame on the Pakistani community.
I think, to be honest, the longer I stay here, the longer they're going to stay here. As it gets into the evening, the last thing we want is them not rioting across the city. So I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to leave. I'm going to love you all. I'm going to thank you all. I'm going to say that thank you all for coming, man. I am sorry. I'm sorry that the way this has been policed has allowed that. I'm sorry that there's members of this. In fact, it's not members of this town. They've travelled from everywhere. Apparently, I've just heard online they've got Halifax Pakistanis. They've come from everywhere, they have. They've come from everywhere to kick off and cause violence. And the worst thing is, all the intelligence was there online. All the people inciting it were online. But I think the best thing, so that there's less disorders for me to leave. So I thank you all for coming, yeah? We've got female supporters being glassed and attacked.
Mate, I've just been glassed in my face.
It's been glassed off in where were you? Where were you?
Mate, he's just threw a pint glass in his face.
You most they call on me, what's it?
So I'm making arrests.
If this doesn't make you vote on the 23rd of May, nothing will. Make sure you vote.
We've seen bricks being thrown at families and scissors. They're throwing scissors.
Throwing scissors, man! You show me that on camera, show me that on camera. Scissors!
How are the media not telling you this? How has this been twisted and turned? Why don't they want you to know the reality of what happened? And then the local Labour MP, Jim Mackay, says that we had a peaceful rally in the town centre. We didn't have any problems. You didn't have 300 balaclavaed up thugs directed to your rally by the police to violently attack you with weapons, did you, Jim? Now, why would the police allow this? Why would this be allowed to happen on an election campaign? You've all witnessed, I've been physically assaulted multiple times. You've seen the police trying to prevent me campaigning in Carlisle. And now this. Why would they let this happen? I'll let Mohammed tell you that.
I appreciate you speaking to me, but what my concern is this, right? Men from my community, you know exactly why they were out there, and they were here to cause trouble. Why on earth did the police officers did not stop them right at the end, right at the start of it? Is because they wanted this reaction to happen. Why?
We certainly don't want it to happen.
Your chief constables do. Why? Because they wanna label Tommy. They wanna label Tommy's supporters as the troubleshooters. That's why. Right. And you're playing into the hands of your chief constables under their orders. This is why this has happened.
Right. Okay.
The establishment has literally thrown everything at me during this campaign, but I never would have imagined they'd have their police lead a Muslim mob wearing balaclavas to my family-friendly campaign event to attack it. We all have a choice on May 23rd. I need you. If you want to send a message to all those traitors in Parliament, then vote for Tommy Robinson on May 23rd. It started off with milkshakes, and then it was eggs, and then bricks and violence, and complete attacks against innocent families. You've now witnessed what happened. The scary thing is, not one single politician, not one media outlet has condemned the behaviour of these masked thugs. Instead, they've all spun it completely and led the public to believe that my supporters and myself caused disturbances in Oldham. On May 23rd, send them all a message. I need every single one of you. Share this message everywhere. Share the truth. That's what I'm asking you to do. Share the truth about what happened in Oldham. Share it to your email lists. Share it in your WhatsApp group. And let's send all of them a message together on May 23rd. Change is coming. For those of you worried about the children who had to be escorted out earlier from the demonstration, we caught up with them later on.
Rosa was a little bit scared. Did you read a card? We came last night. Did you see it?
The card's in my boot. Yeah. I'll read it and put it on Telegram when I get home now. Cheers, thank you.
Thanks so much.
See you later, darling. Thanks a lot. No, cheers, thank you. Thank you, little man. And I'll read your card later, darling, all right?
Yeah.
Right, you all right? See you later. See you later, bruv. See you soon. See you later, little man. All right, sounds. See you soon.
And folks, I'm fully behind Tommy. You know, the Brexit party is set in major polls to get 45% of the seats in this round of parliamentary elections in Europe, not just in England. But obviously the UK is still under the EU, so they have the EU Parliament. Even though the bureaucracy makes the decisions, the Parliament is ceremonial, basically, but it still has power with the people because obviously it's elected. People know that it's legitimate, and Brussels and the bureaucrats aren't. Now, sure, Farage and UKIP got in a fight and split a couple years ago. Doesn't matter. UKIP's set to win a bunch of seats. So is Brexit. That is incredibly, incredibly exciting. There's the Telegraph. European elections, latest polls, Brexit party forecast to win most votes. Did you hear that? Or 45%. And again, if you're an American and don't know about parliamentary systems, you're like, well, wait a minute, you have to win 50-something% to win. Well, no, they've got more than 15 parties. So the fact that they're set to win 40+% out of all of those different parties and those seats is just huge. They're going to get the most seats. And that's only Farage's new anti-globalist party. Tommy's gotten in fights with him and stuff, so he's still with UKIP. Great, I don't care. UKIP, Brexit. Do you know how exciting this is? That UKIP and Brexit is set to win the most seats in this parliamentary round. The EU is in trouble. Globalism is in trouble. Humanity is awake. This is an exciting time to be alive. That's why they're so scared. All over the world, nationalists and populists are getting elected. And yeah, they elected a nationalist in Brazil. So now the globalists are trying to plunge its economy. The public sees through it. He's just as popular as ever. So that's how they punish you, is economically. Do we want to be slaves to this system? Because they punish us up front if we don't submit. They're going to punish us like they've been doing with deindustrialization and globalism the whole time. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's things more important than money, isn't there? It's things like your culture and your rights and your freedoms. And the globalists come in and they take all of that from you. These articles are up on Infowars.com and Newswars.com. And people need to go see it. France does not belong to the French. 400+ African migrants storm airport to demand asylum. That's coming up. Rapper sings I F France, I burn France, as he symbolically strangles a white woman. They've had a bunch of rap groups that are the top of the charts in Europe and the UK where this is the thing. You strangle the white woman, you destroy her, you rape her. Whites are the enemy. A new report finds Islamic terrorism in Europe has increased 725%. That's on Infowars.com. Nobody's going to know that unless you get it out. And look, I'm not bitching or complaining. I'm thanking you. But they want us shut down because they don't want a platform that's going to put all this together, show it to you, have the video, have the audio, have the guest, and then get it out to the rest of the world because they've got big political crackdowns coming, and they want you silenced with no platforms when it happens. That's why supporting this platform is paramount. Commit today to tell folks about Infowars.com/show and commit to get some great products. Coffee, non-GMO heirloom seeds, water filtration, air filtration. Last day to get the free bottle of high-quality iodine. Infowarsstore.com. Tomorrow's news today. Next hour is going to be a complete news blitz, and Caitlin Bennett and Millie Weaver in studio. Stay with us. Brain Force Plus is a top-tier nootropic. Focus, clarity, energy. But instead of having a 7 times markup, we have 150% markup. Right now, it's massively discounted. And when you get a bottle of it at 25% off, you get a free bottle of what is our total bestseller. It's not very profitable because we give it at such a low price, but it's amazing. And that, of course, is Knockout, the ultimate sleep aid. So we've got a way to energize you, ramp you up in a healthy way during the day, and put you deep into that restful, healthy sleep at night. It's the Brain Force and Knockout combo deal. 25% off Brain Force and a free bottle of Knockout together right now. Get the combo and experience both these great products today. Take advantage of it and fund the InfoWar. InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com. The Brain Force Plus Knockout combo right now. Get your free bottle today at InfoWarsStore.com.